Okay then, I'll sing another song. I wonder if I should retune. Probably should. It's always good to retune. If you're a lexicologist, that means you're a bit of a wordsmith. You study words. Now, everything has vibration. Sound is vibration. Words, in the beginning, was the word. It's like a sword. Words, sword. So everything has vibrations. So when you retune, that means a tune is like a song in a way. So to retune is to do it again, to change your tune, redo it. And it's never too late to change your tune. Well, if you once believed in a spinning ball earth and now you've found out it's flat, well, you change your tune. You retune your mind, your thinking. It's okay to sing another song, to change halfway through, to reverse before you get to the chorus. It helps if you twist the right twisty thingy. You're barely changing there. Come on, get up. No, too far, too far. That's good enough. Yeah, they've all slackened off a little bit there. So I'm glad I decided to retune, reverse the discordant. Yeah, never mind, let's just sing a song. When I shave my head, I look like that. I think what's his name? I'm not good with remembering names. I'm not a follower of famous actors for Breaking Bad anyway. Look a lot like, well, he looks a lot like me actually. Let's put it like that. Got to relearn these chords too. On the first part of the journey, I was looking at all the life. There were plants and birds and rocks and things, and there was sand and hills and rings. The first thing I met was a fly with a buzz and the sky with no clouds. The heat was hot and the ground was dry, but the air was full of sound. I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can't remember your name because there ain't no one for to give you no pain. La 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 la. Well, after 2 days in the desert sun, my skin began to turn red. After 3 days in the desert fun, I was looking at a riverbed, and the story it told of a river that flowed made me sad to think it was dead. You see, I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can't remember your name because there ain't no one for to give you no pain. La 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 la. La 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 la. Well, after 9 days, I let the horse run free, 'cause the desert had turned to sea. horses with no names. Many years ago I decided to get a tattoo, so I got an original tattoo. I'm just going to show off a bit of flesh here for you perverts looking to see a bit of flesh. And I'd only recently got the internet and didn't really use it much as a search tool. But I said to the tattoo artist, I want a picture of a horse looking as though it's running from a hurricane or kicking up a hurricane as it's running. And he came up with this design and I really liked it. I said, yeah, that's brilliant. That's even better than how I'd pictured it. And anyway, later, a couple of weeks later, I was doing some internet search because I was thinking about vortexes, which is what the hurricane actually is. And it's the first thing I found. The first quote says, "The vortex is the workhorse of the universe." Wow, amazing coincidences. And it's true, all plants grow in a vortex, spirals, water swells in vortexes, the weather moves in vortexes. And even the egg, as I've shown on the blimp there, the egg coming out of the chook is another type of vortex energy. That's why it comes out the fat end first. Not most people realise that. They'd think the pointy end comes first, but if the pointy end came first, it can actually get stuck. If you put the big fat end first, it gently pushes open these muscles that relax around it. So all it's got to do is just get that first bit, and then the rest, just the muscles push up around it and puts it out nice and easy. That's how the vortex energy works in a big blimp. As the air rushes around it to fill in the gap behind it, it creates propulsion forward as well. So, something to think about there. The workhorse of the universe. Have a good one.